Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Election Commission says youngsters above 17 years of age can apply in advance for enrollment in voters list. Nagaland joins the rest of the world in observing World Hepatitis Day. Dimapur, Kohima and Tuensang continues to top positivity rate of infections in HIV, Hepatitis-B and C. And former Chief Secretary of Nagaland and first Chief Information Commissioner of Nagaland, P. Talitemjen Ao, passes away. Now the news in detail. Election Commission of India (ECI) has said that youngsters above 17 years of age can now apply in advance for having their names enrolled in the voters list. ECI said now the youngsters need not necessarily wait for the prerequisite criterion of attaining the age of 18 years on 1st January of a year. Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar and Election Commissioner Anup Chandra Pandey have directed the Chief Electoral Officers, Electoral Registration Officers and Assistant Electoral Registration Officers of all states to work out tech-enabled solutions so that the youth are facilitated to file their advance applications. The electoral roll will be updated every quarter and eligible youngsters can be registered in the next quarter of the year in which he or she has attained the qualifying age of 18 years. After getting registered, they will be issued an electoral photo identity card. The Commission said for the current round of annual revision of Electoral Roll 2023, any citizen attaining the age of 18 years by 1st April, 1st July and 1st October of 2023 can also submit an advance application for registration as a voter. World Hepatitis Day is being observed today. Each year on 28th July, the day is observed to raise awareness of viral hepatitis, which causes inflammation of the liver that leads to severe disease and liver cancer. 28th July was also chosen because it is the birthday of Nobel Prize-winning scientist Dr. Baruch Blumberg, who discovered hepatitis B virus and developed a diagnostic test and vaccine for the virus. This year's theme, Bringing Hepatitis Care Closer to You, aims to raise awareness about the need to simplify and bring hepatitis care to primary health facilities, community-based venues, and locations beyond hospital sites so that care is closer to communities and people wherever they are. Nagaland joined the rest of the world in observing World Hepatitis Day today. A program was jointly organized by the National Viral Hepatitis Control Program, NVHCP Nagaland, Kripa Foundation and Nagaland Users Network at Kohima. National Health Mission Nagaland Director Dr. Turhuse Katiri said prevalence of hepatitis on a global scale is staggering, wherein 1 in 12 people worldwide are affected by hepatitis. He said over 1 million of these people die each year and many experience reduced quality of life as a result of chronic liver disease such as cirrhosis and liver cancer. Dr. Katiri, however, said despite these statistics, viral hepatitis still remains relatively poorly understood. Basing on this year's theme, Bringing Hepatitis Care Closer to You, the NHM Director emphasized the need for prevention of hepatitis and its related liver disease through education, hepatitis B vaccination of hepatitis B, and increased testing for hepatitis. Stating that chronic hepatitis can be prevented and treatable, Dr. Katiri said hepatitis C itself is curable in most cases and called for support of peers and families by helping the infected get tested. And Dimapur, Kohima and Tuensang districts continue to top in the positivity rate of infections in HIV, hepatitis B and C. This was informed by State Nodal Officer of National Viral Hepatitis Control Program, NVHCP Nagaland, Dr. M. Nungshi Sangla Jamir, while delivering the state's overview status on NVHCP during the World Hepatitis Day program held at Kohima today. She said during the year 2021-22, a total number of 65,730 general clients in the state were screened and tested for HIV, of which 1,341 were tested positive, which accounted to 2.04% positive rate, exclusive of pregnant women, while a total of 18,530 pregnant women were screened and 140 were tested positive, with HIV positive having a positive rate of 0.66%. Dr. Jamil also updated that Hepatitis-B HPV screened among the general clients were 16,793, out of which 181 were tested positive, totaling the positive rate to 1.08%. Also, pregnant women tested for HPV accounts to 4,823, wherein 32 were tested HPV positive, having a positivity rate of 0.66%, while hepatitis C positivity for the whole general population was 1.03%. Dr. Jamil further called for more testing, especially among the pregnant women, vaccinate the newborn babies with HPV vaccine 0 dose, and educate the masses. She also emphasized on the need for community-oriented approaches through its development partners. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Former Chief Secretary of Nagaland and the first Chief Information Commissioner of Nagaland, P. Talitemjen Ao, passed away this morning at Kohima. He was a 1973 batch of the Indian Administrative Service in Nagaland, Garda. Late Talitemjen is survived by his wife, 2 sons and 1 daughter. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi said Talitemjen was an honest, committed and hard-working officer and said his passing away is an irreparable loss to the people of the state. He said a relentless and selfless services towards the people of Nagaland during his career will be remembered for many years to come. Chief Minister Nipiro, while expressing shock and sadness, said Talitemjen was a God-fearing, conscientious, upright and dedicated officer who left his imprint of hard work, honesty and integrity in all his assignments and postings. He said that during the most critical times, Talitemjen stood steady and firm like a steel frame, providing the strength to the government. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Button, in his condolence message, said Talitemjen's contributions and commitment towards the people throughout his illustrious life will continue to inspire others, while Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker Sharingen Lungama said Talitemjen was a man of vision who was hard-working and upright officer, and added that his contributions to the state will be remembered. Hundreds of Naga people from Nagaland and the Naga-inhabited areas of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Manipur have joined in a 2-day Naga Solidarity Walk on the theme One People, One Destiny, which commenced from Lire Junction, Kohima this morning. Organized by the Global Naga Forum, the Naga Solidarity Walk will culminate at Senapati in Manipur tomorrow, after a hold at Maram tonight. Speaking on the significance of the Solidarity Walk, advisor for Global Naga Forum, Dr. Visya Sanna, who is also the president of Overseas Naga Association, said, "In this walk, we want to show ourselves and to the world that we are one people." He believed that this solidarity walk will enrapture the souls of the Naga people to do the right thing for the people who love its land so much. Stating that Nagas and Naga family is deeply divided, Dr. Sanna said, "This is the right time to come together to build our nation as one people for one destiny." He asserted that today we want to fight for our people with one heart and love. Meanwhile, the Southern Angami villages have extended their support to the initiatives and by facilitating safe passage of the participants throughout the journey and also providing food and refreshment. The provisional result of High School Living Certificate HSLC Compartmental Examination 2022, which was held from 27 to 30th June 2022, will be declared in the afternoon of 30th July. The Nagaland Board of School Education (NBSC) informed that the result will be made available on the board's website www.nbscnl.edu.in. NBSC further informed all center superintendents of the HSLC Compartmental Examination 2022 to collect a mark sheet cum certificate from 1st to 3rd August 2022 during office hours. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Election Commission says youngsters above 17 years of age can apply in advance for enrollment in the voters list. Nagaland joins the rest of the world in observing World Hepatitis Day. Dimapur, Kohima and Tuensang continues to top positivity rate of infections in HIV, Hepatitis-B and C. And former Chief Secretary of Nagaland and first Chief Information Commissioner of Nagaland, Talitemjen Ao, passes away. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.